Final update. My 6-year-old son went to Disney with my ex-wife, her new husband, and her parents. My phone rang. This is Disney staff. Your child is at Lost and Found. Shaking, my son said, "Dad, they left me and went home." I called my ex-wife. She laughed. "Oh, really? Didn't notice." Her new husband chuckled. Good kids never get lost. They had no idea what was coming. Turning custody into collapse. Over the next week, my ex-wife went from smug confidence to desperate panic. She hired an expensive attorney, thinking she could fight the custody order. But every court date just made things worse for her. Why? Because I wasn't just presenting Disney security footage. I had months of documented negligence, missed school pickups, doctor appointments she skipped, times she left our son with strangers so she could get away for the weekend. Every photo, every witness statement, every timestamped message. I stacked them like ammunition. Her lawyer began sweating in court. Her parents, once her biggest defenders, started asking me what was really going on. Then came the financial hit. When I got full custody, child support flipped. Now she owed me. And because she was living well beyond her means with her new husband, she couldn't keep up. The court froze her accounts until she paid. Her new husband, suddenly realizing he was now funding not only their lifestyle, but also her debt to me, began to crack. Friends told me they'd seen him storm out of their condo more than once. 3 months later, they sold their car, moved into a smaller apartment, and she took a second job. Meanwhile, I kept everything quiet on my end. No gloating, no public posts. I let her imagine me enjoying peace, stability, and every birthday, holiday, and bedtime story with our son. And she was right. I was. The final blow. It was late December and my son and I were decorating the Christmas tree when my phone buzzed. It was a number I hadn't seen in years, my ex-wife's mother. Her voice was trembling. "We need to talk in person." I agreed to meet them at a small cafe downtown. When I walked in, both her parents were sitting there looking older, worn down. They didn't waste time. "We didn't know how bad things were," her father admitted. "She told us you were an absent father." We believed her, but after what happened at Disney and what we've learned since. He looked away in shame. Her mother slid an envelope across the table. "This is for you and our grandson. We want to help, and we want to be a part of his life again." Inside was a cashier's check, enough to cover a full year of private school tuition and more. They were done defending her. I thanked them, but in my mind, the gears were already turning. I had one last move to make. That night, I sent my ex-wife a single email. No threats, no insults, just a scanned copy of the signed affidavit from her own parents detailing everything they'd witnessed about her neglect. Within 24 hours, her lawyer dropped her as a client. Within a week, she'd lost every ounce of credibility in court. Her new husband? He bailed 2 weeks later, leaving her with debt, a ruined reputation, and no family left to lean on. The last time I saw her, she was sitting alone in a cheap diner, staring at a cup of coffee like it was the last thing she could afford. Me? I walked past hand in hand with our son, and didn't even glance her way. Revenge wasn't allowed this time. It was living a better life without her. My son's final word. A few months later, we were at the mall picking out new shoes for my son when we heard a voice behind us. "Hey." It was her. Hair messy, makeup smudged, clothes that looked like they'd come from a thrift bin. She forced a smile at my boy. "Sweetie, it's been a while. I've missed you." My son froze. He didn't step toward her, didn't hug her. He just looked her dead in the eye and said calmly, "No, you